I hope that's not how the day's gonna go. It's cold. Everything's cold. And when it's cold, that's when your batteries can go. We have been having this problem here lately with this truck. It's got dual batteries on the diesel. I don't know if it's the engine warmer that is pulling a drain on it, or there's a dead cell in the batteries. I need to take it maybe today and get it tested, get the batteries tested. But since it's been happening, I've got the battery charger right here next to it. Go ahead and get it hooked up and see if we can get this thing running. First try. So good morning and welcome to VW Family Farm. Today we're making a long journey. I say we. The cows are making a long journey to the back. So what we're doing is we're moving the cows from the front pasture back to the back. We had pulled them off of the back pastures back during the summer when it got really dry and we run out of water in the creek back there. But the fields continued to grow slowly, but they did continue to grow, and we just had in mind then, rather than going back there and cutting it for hay or something like that, we was just going to utilize it as standing hay. Just like we've done up here in the front pastures. And that just saves on wear and tear on the tractors and equipment, fuel, and it's just like grazing during the summertime. They move throughout the pasture, and in doing that they're fertilizing as they go to the bathroom, whatever. So that's better on the hay fields, better on the pastures, and just overall a lot easier, time saving on us. The only kicker is I want to do this today, just with our timeline we've got, but I am taking them into what we call a paddock, a small part of the field that they haven't been on yet. So there's a lot of standing grass still there that they'll graze on, and I don't know how well they're going to come off that just being put on it. So I'm going to move them on that early this morning, and then later going to get the kids to help me get them all moved to the back. Some of it is just going to be making sure everybody's coming behind me, that as I drive in the front, everybody comes through, and then also for video purposes, I'm going to get Lane to fly the drone a little bit. But let's watch the cows and see if they'll follow me back here to the corner. I know they're going to follow me because this thing's just like a feed wagon. Anywhere it goes, they know food is coming, and they're going to follow the food. So I'm going to get back here. Whoa, it just hit me. I've got to pull up posts and set up a wire. That's going to throw me back a little bit. So I got to get that done and I'll be right back. So that right out there is what I'm going to move them in. I know it don't look pretty, but there's some good grass in there, quite a bit of Bermuda grass. There's actually some ryegrass coming up in it, and there is one reason why that is still tall. Back early in this year, had a big storm come through and blew over a humongous oak tree, and in doing that it pushed down the hot wire. Thank the Lord it didn't break it, but it did push it down. Definitely had it shorted out if we would have had that side hot. Cows could have walked right over it and been out in the neighbor's hayfield. And this is what I'm talking about. You can see it's cut up now, but it had this wire right here. This wire pushed all the way to the ground pretty much. Had that wire on the other side going that way, pushed on the ground. It did not push over the post. Might have leaned it a little bit. That is a big tree. Yeah. There's my hand for kind of give you a little bit of size. local recovery group, a church that helping guys that struggled in the past get back on their feet. Anyway, I got a hold of them. They come out, looked at it, gave me a price on it, and I said, I don't have time to cut it up. They cut it up, hauled it off. I think they ended up getting 10 or 11 ricks out of this one tree, and ended up buying a few ricks for my mom. Got her some wood for the year, helped them out, get it delivered, get it sold here locally. Didn't have to drive a long ways with it. So it's a win-win for everybody, I think. All right, but now that it's fixed, fixing to put the cows back here and at least let them have a little snack throughout the day till later, that we can make sure everything's set up in the back, and then see if we can make the journey back through the woods. So got that up, and now, since they hadn't been in here all year, I want to drive around, or some of them have to walk around this fence, just to make sure none of the clips are broke, no limbs are on it, pushed it off, whatever. Just looking for anything that might cause a problem for them to get out. Now, they're not going to be in here no time, and they're going to be busy eating while they're in here, so I'm fairly confident this is going to be no trouble at all, but I just want to make sure. Come on! I think they would follow me right now, but I'm not going to do it yet. I'm going to let them, let them graze a little bit. So one major thing that we want to do before we journey these things all the way back to the back is make absolutely certain we got every one of them that we're supposed to have. So now it's time to count. All right, they're all here. Let's see if this is gonna work the way it has in the past. Wait and get them, most all of them down here, if not all of them. Here we go. Get in the truck, get in the truck. Hopefully that's the last calf coming through. So that might look like just a bunch of dead grass, and it is. It's dead, but it's just like hay. Probably a little less quality. We're gonna go ahead and get some protein blocks, and that'll encourage them to eat quite a bit of roughage, and roughage is in the older dead grass, and it don't have, as like I said, as much nutrients in it, but they will clean it up, and that will also have several benefits to it, as that's a lot of grass that has went to seed. So them eating it and trampling it will put a new seed bed in the ground, hopefully in turn out a lot more grass, a lot thicker grass. So it'll be a win-win, I think. So I also just finished moving the steers. Have a paddock they had been in for a while out on some shorter grass. I mean, we'd mowed it for the third cutting, but there's still some grass here, and got some ryegrass coming up through it. So give them a little treat of some greenery actually this time of year. So one last thing we're gonna do, at least with these cows for today, is put out some protein tubs. We do this usually every year. We usually put a bunch of them out. This year we're feeding the range cubes, but with them being back here, I want to give them a lot more protein. The protein's gonna want to make them, you know, fill up on roughage. So these here are 24%. Let's watch them go to town. It's 200 pounds. Pull the truck forward because they're probably gonna be fighting over it there. Make you snarl your nose. So one thing I'm doing is, or what I'm not doing, is actually putting these out in the middle of a field. Of course, they're back here, the cows are back here in the hay field, so I definitely don't want the cows to be just trampling all around one of these tubs and just making a big rutted up rough mess for when I come out here to mow hay. So what I'm doing is I'm putting them along the edge of the woods. Some of these are kind of going in the woods a little bit. Are y'all spoiled? Are you spoiled? All right, I'm gonna finish putting this last one out. Got a few other things to do, so thank y'all for watching, and until next time, God bless.